I'm Eric Russell. I am out and about today with Brian Baez here in my own loft. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
And we're here to talk about your brand new show called CHEMO is the New Atkins.
CHEMO, the New Atkins, yes.
So just brief background. We met when you were doing Herbert Crabtree's What You Do.
Yes, 2000...
Something, yeah, right, that date. And then you did another one-man show called
God Save the Queens.
And this is your next one-man cabaret.
Yes.
Let's talk about this whole thing. What's the title?
Sure, okay. Well, I was diagnosed with a really rare form of Burkitt's lymphoma, which, if you Google it, is very scary. So don't ever Google your maladies when you find out what they are. And that was at the end of 2011. Okay. So I went through chemo for the first half of 2012 at Massey Cancer Center.
Okay.
So 6 months inpatient. It was really grueling. But I had just come from my last ship contract with Royal Caribbean.
Okay.
And my cast was very, very close. And so after we all parted ways, we set up a group Facebook page to stay in touch. And I had posted on the page, hey guys, this is what's happening, I'm starting treatment. And one of the dancers, his name was Christian, from Australia, he posted and said, oh my god, Brian, you're going to be like so skinny. Chemo's like the new Atkins. And that was a really bad accent.
But that's the thing people think. I was like, wow,
you can be so skinny. And it's so funny because his diet consisted of like Red Bull and cigarettes. And he was, you know.
What more do you need than that? Red Bull
What do you need? What do you need? So CHEMO, the new Atkins. And it's kind of ironic because I actually put on 40 pounds during treatment. And it totally had the adverse effect on me. But CHEMO, the new Atkins, I thought it was cheeky and made people raise their eyebrow, and then I have a good story to tell.
Yeah. So, is this show going to be about going through chemo and all of those things?
Yes. What I've tried to do is to not be a complete downer with the whole process, but I wanted to kind of paint a full picture of what it was like, you know, just before when I got the diagnosis, through treatment, through the end of that, and kind of tie it off in a nice little bow. And as crappy as it was to go through it, the things that I learned about myself and about life, and being at the time in my mid-20s, I was very fortunate to learn all these things at such a young age, and at an age where I still had time to apply them. And some people either don't get these lessons till late or never. And so I wanted to kind of make a whole arc of the whole experience and then tie it off in a little bow and send it off into the world.
Because the first time I met you, you had just... Because Herbert Crabtree was your first show
right after
your treatments and everything.
Yeah, I actually got cast in that show, not even being done with chemo yet. And I had no hair, not an eyebrow, not an eyelash. And I met Stevie Rice, who's right now in Psycho Beach Party.
That's right.
And he said to me, he goes, oh girl, I thought you were just a real committed drag queen.
No, I just
had no hair. So, anyway.
Things that Stevie Rice would say.
Yes. I do remember he showed up to that audition in a pair of cobalt blue bike shorts and sang Part of Your World. If that's not gay... So.
He was showing his talent.
Huge talent. Huge talent. Huge.
Go see Psycho Beach Party.
Go see Psycho Beach Party.
Watch the previous album.
Yes.
What were some of the things you have gained from that experience? I mean, that's a huge thing. You're in your 20s.
Yeah.
And then kind of moving forward.
I think there are two big lessons that I got from the whole thing. The first one was about perspective. And when you go through an experience like chemo or any other life-changing illness or situation or, you know, family drama, it makes you reevaluate what's really important.
Right.
And what has to come out number on top is yourself. And that kind of segues into the second lesson. Is like, you should only have room in your life for the people who support you to move forward and uplift you, and not for those who keep you stagnant or bring you down. And that was a really hard lesson for me to learn, because there were folks in my life and in my family that didn't quite make the grade. And so we talk about that a little bit, and so there are some very funny moments, and then there are some not so funny moments in the show. Some things, some real moments too. So
Because it's all part of life. You discover
It
who your
is.
true friends are, and who your real family is when you have those
Right.
those moments. You're going, I really need your love and support, and
Yeah.
then you don't get it.
and family is not always biology.
No.
And I think as gay people, we are very blessed, and this goes for everybody. I think more so in the gay community, we're blessed with the opportunity to make a family, to
Exactly.
create acquired family versus required family.
Exactly. Songs in this
Uh,
show,
I don't want to give it all away,
but
but
they'll be singing and dancing.
there won't. I'm not gonna say anything about
Okay.
dancing. Lots of singing. No, it's a mix of genres. I drew inspiration from, of course, I'm a theater kid, so there's some classical music theater stuff, some pop musical theater stuff, but some Brazilian jazz. I'll say there's maybe an acoustic blues cover of a Britney Spears classic. There is, it's not fluffy. It's not all fluff.
Okay.
I chose everything specifically, so it might seem like a really random set list,
Okay.
but in the context of the story,
Tells the whole story that you
it
have.
fits together perfectly. Yeah.
What do you want an audience to take away from your show?
I think that kind of just goes back to the lessons that I learned.
Okay.
And probably ultimately, when you are in the place where you have to decide who to keep in your life, what ties to mend and what ties to break, doesn't always mean that the ties you break are permanent breaks.
Okay.
So, it could just be for that moment, for that time. You need to say to whoever it is, you know what? This is about me, and so for right now, while I am working on me and trying to get healthy
Right.
and save my life, I need to break this, and you need to stay here, and I need to stay here, and that is okay. That is okay. And then there's always time for healing later, but to not be afraid to put yourself first and make the decisions that are best for you.
When you were going through your chemo and putting the show together and getting through it, where did you draw inspiration from? Did you have like a favorite song list, movie? What really kept you going some days?
I did a lot of YouTube surfing. Lots of binge watching.
Cat videos.
No, but I mean, being a musician, being a
Right.
singer, that's where I really started to look for some new artists. I got tired of my same old iTunes.
Right.
So I discovered artists like Paloma Faith.
Okay.
I love everything British. Hence, God Save the Queen last year. All my British pop music. And so that really kept me going. Is like trying to find something fresh, trying to find something new. To focus on. The Travel Channel was a huge thing for me because I had just come from 3 years of touring.
Okay.
All over the world, and so for me, watching Travel Channel was an escape
Okay.
to kind of remember where I had been in like a better time. And so those things were really inspirational to kind of take me out of my current situation and give me the strength to kind of keep going. Does that make sense?
Yes. What was your favorite place when you were traveling?
Oh, can I give you 3?
Yes.
Brazil. I was in Brazil for 6 months.
Okay.
I was there. My home port was Santos, Sao Paulo.
Nice.
So I was in Bahia for Carnival, and I was at Copacabana for New Year's. It was amazing. The people, the food, the music, and I talk a little bit about that too in the cabaret. So that's number 1. Second would be Scotland. Scotland it blew my mind. I mean, it was like driving through the set of Highlander.
It is, because you go through there and
The mountains are like
yeah.
they're triangular.
But then it rains, and then these gorgeous waterfalls, and you see rainbows, and it's
green.
green.
And then I'm driving on the bus and like going here or there, wherever, and there are these patches. Like everything's kind of patchwork in the countryside. The farms and the canola flowers and things like that. It's just would literally bring me to tears. And thirdly, because I'm Latin, I loved Spain. I love Spain. I just felt my home port was Mallorca.
Okay.
So I would get off the ship. Like right away, we would dock 6:30, and I was like at the gangway, like get me out of here. And I would find some little cafe, something that was open really early.
Right.
Grab a pastry, grab a coffee, and just sit and kind of just watch the world wake up You know, it's just like in the movies. You know, the old ladies, the shutters open,
And just life.
and cats start coming. I mean, and there's so much culture and a community, and the people have been there for forever, and to be almost like a fly on the wall in these really old places was really exciting to me.
Fun. To anyone who's going through a major illness like you went through, what would you say to them?
That's really hard because there are people still in my life who are battling cancer or other ailments or injuries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to people.
Right.
Because you're putting yourself first. So look out for yourself.
Okay.
Don't feel obligated to extend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was always a people pleaser. I took every job and I said yes to every invitation. And there comes a time where that just has to stop. And I'm not saying that I overextended myself and that's why I got sick.
Right.
But hence the priority shift, and it's okay to say no. So take care of yourself, know your limits, and put yourself before anything else.
Now, your show runs at Richmond Triangle Players. What dates?
Okay, well, this is really exciting. Excuse me. It was originally one night only.
Okay.
One night only. It was scheduled for Sunday night, August 16th, 7:30.
Okay.
It sold out in a matter of days.
Nice.
It went on sale on Friday, and by like Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe, I think, it was done.
Nice.
So, I talked to Phil Crosby.
Right.
Talked to the band, have a really fantastic, super talented band, and we decided to add a second show for Monday, the 17th at 7:30. So it's Sunday, Monday, 16th and 17th of August at 7:30 at Richmond Triangle Players. It'll probably still be on the set of Psycho Beach Party. There's no time to take it down.
It looks fantastic.
It does. It's super colorful, so maybe I'll wear like a Speedo or something for the cabaret. But, so that's the plan. So it sold really well. I'm really happy about that, and this is the farewell gig.
And can we get tickets at our Triangle, or are they both shows sold out?
No, both shows are not sold out. We just released or started selling tickets for Monday, just like 2 days ago, and they've already started selling, which is great. So www.ourtriangle.org is where you'd go for tickets. Tickets are $20. Help me pay the band. Help me pay the band and the lighting guy. So
cool. And then you're heading off for other great adventures. You're leaving us from Richmond. You're leaving us from Richmond.
No, I'm so sorry.
But you're heading where?
I am going to St. Petersburg, Florida. So I leave in 3.5 weeks. Took a job down there. So Jason had been studying at the Speech Therapy Center in St. Pete, and they offered me a position as their communications director because my background is in rehab marketing. Okay. So communications director and as caregiver liaison. So I will now get to help those who are caretakers take care of their loved ones who are going through strokes, traumatic brain injuries, things like that. So it's kind of all full circle. Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's a transition. Yeah. I'm excited too. I mean, there's boys and like beaches and sand water, salt water, sand. Yeah.
Where there's sand.
Yes.
This is exciting. If people want to follow you, do you have the Instagram, the Twitter? What do you got so people can follow you?
Facebook. MySpace. No, I was MySpace. Okay, Cupid. No.
Scrub.
No. I mean, I have a website, brianbaez.com. So it's BRIAN, the right way, BAEZ.com. And I'll be updating that too with like shows that are happening in Florida. I'm really hoping to start this cabaret thing in Florida as well. But tweak it a little bit, maybe like private cabaret sets for yachts. So I'll be right there in the Bay Area.
Why not? It's like I can take my show on a yacht.
Exactly. Or just, tweak it a little bit. I mean, who wants to sing about cancer on a yacht? But it'd be like singing My Heart Will Go On. It just doesn't...
About the show.
Yeah, right. But so I'm hoping to maybe parlay this experience that I've had, everything that I've learned here in Richmond to something new.
Well, we're going to miss you when you leave Richmond, but congratulations.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to your show.
CHEMO
is the new Atkins. Well, I'm Eric Russell. I have been out and about with the amazing Brian Baez.
Hi, yes.
You never know where I'll turn up next, so tune in next time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Bye. How was that?
It was amazing.